it's been a while, hasn't it? I thought that maybe this might be the perfect time to talk to you and discuss a few things together.
Oh, hey Megan. Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other was 2 years ago. It seems so long ago now, I can't believe it myself.
Well, you should know that I've seen you plenty of times since then. I guess it has been a while since the last time we met up.
Oh, really? Well, you should have said something to me. I would have loved to catch up. It's not too difficult to make time for a sister like you. Does that mean that you live here now? I thought you still lived back home. Or have you been looking for other places to live?
No, I finally moved away when I learned there wasn't anyone worth marrying there. It was tough to live in the middle of nowhere. But I have noticed you walking around town clinging to someone's arm. Why didn't you tell me that you got married? I would have liked to know.
Sorry, what do you mean? I'm not following you. What are you referring to exactly? Why are you bringing this up for out of the blue?
Oh, come on. There's no point in playing stupid with me. I know that you're married and I find it unacceptable, especially because you didn't let me know. How could you not say anything to me?
Hold on a second. Let's set aside marriage entirely. Why would it even matter to you whether or not I was? What does it have to do with you? I don't really follow you.
Oh, come on. Can you really not guess at all why I might care? You remember how much better looking I was than you in school, right? I was prom queen and all of the boys wanted to have me back then, not someone like you. You didn't stand out like I did at all. I don't understand this.
Right. I guess now that you mention it, I do remember that you were quite popular back then. It was something that I found difficult to deal with as your sister, Megan.
No duh, I was popular, and I should have been the first one out of us to get married, but all the good boys back home didn't want anything to do with me after high school. Not only that, but it was clear that everyone there was way beneath me anyways. I was the most popular girl in school, and no one was going to topple me from my throne.
Well, I guess it's good to know that you're still as confident as ever, Megan. I can't believe you're acting like this right now. I thought you might have grown up a little bit. You certainly did have a high opinion of yourself back in high school too, as I seem to recall. I guess some things just don't change.
Well, anyways, I think that I owe you an apology of sorts. It's going to be crazy telling you this since I know what I deserve in life and you don't.
Sorry, you want to apologize to me? I'm not sure what you would even say sorry for. I'm really confused. Care to elaborate for me, please? Are you going to explain yourself or what?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for stealing your husband. In fact, I know that he picked you up from the maternity clinic, right? I guess that means that you two are having a baby soon, but I'm still not going to let you get away with getting married before. And so that's why I stole your husband from you. So don't worry, I did reach out, just not to you. I knew that I was going to pull this off since you're so passive towards people and don't like to cause conflicts.
I'm sorry, I really just have no idea what you're talking about. I don't understand how you could steal something from me.
Well, I'll tell you. I was talking to your husband and told him that he should leave his wife and marry me instead, and that's why I want to apologize to you.
Megan, I'm sorry, but I still just am not following you at all. What husband are you talking about? You need to stop going around in circles and clearly state what you mean.
Why are you still playing dumb? I know all about your handsome husband that you were trying to hide from me. I was going to find out eventually. You clearly weren't going to introduce him to me, so I had to take matters into my own hands, and that's what I did. It's not like it was hard to do or anything. But don't you worry, things went just fine for me, and now he's all mine. We'll even be sure to pay you off for our affair. That won't be a big deal for me since I'm a successful person. So how about you just sign the divorce papers and hand him over already? It's not that hard to do, is it? You're not too attached to him, are you?
Look, Megan, I only have a boyfriend, okay? I'm not married. I don't get what you mean by me having a husband. I think you've definitely got this all wrong.
What are you talking about? Of course you have a husband. Stop trying to lie to me. You know that I've been able to steal your men from you ever since we were in school together. Just accept that fact that I've done it again. And also accept that you'll have to raise that baby of yours all by yourself. That's going to be your reality from now on.
Okay, well, I think I understand what it is that you're trying to tell me with all of this. This is very interesting, but I'm not sure that I actually understand what any of it means, since you think that I have a husband when actually I don't. But if I have this straight, you're telling me that you've started an affair with a man who you know is married, and that you want to marry this man, and that's why you've told him to divorce his wife for you? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Megan? And you messaged me to tell me all of this because you think this man is my husband? Is that correct? This is absolutely insane to me. I actually can't believe what I'm reading.
That's what I've been telling you this whole time. Man, your IQ hasn't changed since high school. I truly forgot how slow you are at comprehending things.
Right, I see. Well, I don't know how else to tell you this, but I'm not pregnant. I don't know where you got that idea from. You know that this is a huge mistake you're making, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean that you're not pregnant? How is that possible when I've clearly seen you with a big round belly?
Not only am I not pregnant, but I'm not even married. Again, I have a boyfriend, but I don't have a husband. I don't know where you've gotten your ideas from, but you're wrong.
Oh, come on! When are you finally going to stop with all of these lies? You just can't accept the fact that I've beaten you and that your husband chose me over you!
No, I really am telling you the truth right now. I did go to a maternity clinic with a guy, if you really must know. Not that it's any of your business. But tell me, was the guy you saw me with about 6 feet tall with a mole under his right eye?
Yes, that's exactly the guy that I saw you with, and he's your husband. He is your husband, isn't he? It wouldn't make sense to go to a clinic with someone who doesn't mean that much to you.
Now, that man is actually just the director of the maternity clinic, which is where I just so happen to work. This really is just a huge mistake you're making, Megan.
Hold on a second. That guy is just the clinic director? Are you actually being serious with me right now? I really don't believe you when you say that.
That's right, and that guy is actually married, but he's not married to me. He's married to another woman. I don't see how you got the wrong idea about this. So, I really don't know how else to say this, but I think there's been a big misunderstanding here. You really need to own up and say that you were wrong about everything you just said.
No, this can't be happening. How can that guy not be your husband? You both look so cozy with each other. This doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Well, he's not my husband because we're not married. Because, again, I'm not married, like I've told you at least a dozen times in this conversation.
Well then, that means that I've won! I've been right this whole time! I was always going to get married before you! I knew that I could do it! I'm not a failure after all! Not only that, but I'm going to get married to a doctor who owns his own practice! This is way better than I could have hoped for! It was my dream to marry someone successful and rich! I get to be married before you and to a doctor of all people! It might have been the way I originally planned it, but it all worked out in the end!
Yeah, I guess you really are going to get married before me, aren't you? Not that I really care, but I guess you're still as immature as ever if you think that you can just act like this towards a friend.
That's right, but at least you can find solace in the fact that you didn't get abandoned by your man. At least I didn't steal the man that you're actually with. Then you would have been even more angry with me.
I mean, I think that you might have more things to worry about than just me and anything that you say to me. Things could get very messy for you if you don't watch out.
And why is that? Because I had to have an affair before this man would have married me? Who cares about having to pay for anything when I'm going to be with a doctor? I was already planning on paying you off for the affair with who I thought was your husband, so this is nothing to me. And now I'm going to be the happiest woman in the world and never have to work another day in my life. It's going to be the best life I've ever had.
Uh-huh. Well, good luck with all of that, I guess. I was actually going to quit my job at the clinic at the end of the month anyways. I was going to try and find work at another place, so I don't think that you'll be seeing much more of me. Which, for me, maybe that's a good thing, so I don't get even more tangled up in this mess.
Oh no, are you being serious? That really is too bad. Such a shame that I'm not going to see you around the city as much anymore. I might have let you try and squeeze my husband for some more pay or something if you had been just a little nicer to me.
Actually, I think that this is just all the more reason to leave my job. I don't want to get involved in this any more than I almost already am. So again, good luck with the marriage, I guess, but you better watch your back. Things might come back to bite you if you're not careful.
Hey there, Haley. I was just wondering how your new job is going. Have you basically settled in?
There has been a lot of paperwork since I started here, but I have to say that I prefer it to the old place, not to mention the raise that I got for working here.
Well, there you go. It sounds like things are going well for you. Actually, I kinda wanted to talk to you about something.
Is it something that we should talk about over the phone?
No, it's not that, but I do have to send you a few photos that I'd like you to look at.
Well, that's fine with me, but is everything okay?
Well, you know how we've been going about for about 6 months now? I thought that we should talk. I've hidden this from you for a while, but I think you should know that my parents are really rich.
Oh, really? Well, I appreciate you being honest with me.
I mean, like tens of millions in assets rich. That, and I actually work at the company that my dad manages. Not only that, but I'm gonna take over the company after he steps down.
Wow, that's a lot of money. I was not expecting this. Although, you know what? It does explain some of the fancy brands you own and the nice watches you're always wearing.
Well, my dad told me to always dress up, or at the very least put on a nice watch, but that's not the only thing. You see, the reason I didn't tell you any of this is because my parents are scared that a woman would take advantage of me for my family's money. And so that's why I lied about who I really was to you for all this time.
I can see that now, but it's not like we bonded over material things. We just had a lot in common.
I know, and that's exactly why I know that I can trust you. You never even once asked for me to pick up a bill. You're a hard-working nurse who makes her own way through the world, and I respect that a lot.
Well, Jack, that really does mean a lot from you now that I know the truth.
But anyways, I know that we also both had in our profiles that we were looking for something long-term, right?
Yes, but what makes you say that?
Well, that's one of the condos that my dad owns. It costs about $2 million, but he told me that he's willing to let us move into there.
Wow, this is a lot to take in.
There's still more. The thing is that my dad is quite sick, and the doctors have only given a year, 2 at most, to live. And so basically what that means is that as his only son, I'm actually on the verge of taking over the company and all of his assets. I know this was going to happen one day, but it's never ever felt this real before. And the truth is that I need someone that I can trust with all of this. And that's why I'm saying all of this to you now.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to me about all of this. I mean, I'm shocked, but glad it's all out in the open.
Then I have one more thing to tell you. And I wouldn't be mentioning this if I really didn't think you might be the one. But the other day, my dad gave me my inheritance earlier. He thought it would make things easier on the taxes when it came to, well, him passing.
Right, I've heard that you get quite a bit taken out for inheritance tax.
Yeah, but if he did it this way, he wouldn't have had to pay a cent. All I have to do is pay a cool $1 million now, and I'll get all the inheritance tax-free.
I guess so. I don't really know as many details about that.
Well, the amount of money I got was in the millions, although because of the legal process, I probably won't be actually getting the money for another 6 months or so.
Wow. Well, look, Jack, I'm glad that you told me about this, but those are numbers that I never even dreamed of having in cash.
I know, but here's what I want to ask you. Do you think that I could borrow some money from you until I get my inheritance?
Wait, what? You want to borrow money from me?
Well, the thing is that until all of these processes can take place, I still am just me. Besides, I'm going to need some money for the legal forms for all of this, and, well, I know that you make quite a bit as a nurse, right? Please, I promise that I'll pay you back in 6 months. This is for our future.
But I don't get it. Why do you need to borrow money from me to do this?
Because I don't want to be relying on my parents' money up till then, please. You have to understand.
But that's just it. I don't understand something like this. I don't really understand. Can I just ask you a couple of questions first?
What more do you need to know? I've already told you everything.
Well, you're telling me that your dad is sick and only has, at most, a couple of years to live, right?
That's right, and it's something that no amount of money or doctors can cure.
Okay, well, do you know the name of what it is that your dad has?
What do you mean? Why would that matter?
Well, it's just, I am a nurse, and I do know a thing or two about diseases. So I was just curious about what it is that your dad has.
Oh, right, well, I actually don't know the name or anything like that, but I can ask my dad.
Of course, I only want to help. I guess you can call it my nurse's instinct.
No, I really don't think that that's going to be necessary. I just need a little money to tide me over until my dad... until he's gone.
But you said that you were going to have to pay $1 million to somehow cancel out your taxes? I'm sorry, but I just don't have that kind of money.
Oh, I see. Well, okay, maybe we should talk more about this in person. I'll see you later.
Hey there, Haley. It's been like over a day since we spoke.
And just when I thought I'd gotten rid of you.
Oh, well, I need to apologize to you.
Apologize to me for what?
I did it again. I stole another one.
Another one? What are you talking about? You stole something?
That's right. I stole your husband. I actually saw you two going out on a date with each other about a year ago, and I remembered what you told me, that you had a boyfriend but weren't married. So anyways, I struck up a conversation with him after you'd gone home for the night.
Oh, you mean you did that again?
And, well, we just hit it off.
I feel like I'm having some serious deja vu here.
I also heard that he's going to be the heir to millions any day now from his father. That's why I stole him from you. I know I messed up last time, but this time it is your husband. But now all his money is going to be mine.
I'm still not married yet, Megan.
What? But he told me you two were married.
I actually did have a boyfriend about a year ago, but I broke up with him. And no, I'm completely single.
Wait a second. You can't be serious about this. He told me that he was married to you. and that if he left you for me, that he'd have to pay when you sued him for his affair with me. And so he told me that before anything could happen and before he could get his money, he would need me to give him $500,000.
You mean that he told you all of that?
That's right! He told me everything!
And he told you about his sick dad too, I bet.
I knew it! I knew that he was your husband all along!
No, I'm afraid you're wrong about that as well. That man is my ex-boyfriend, and him and I broke up because about a year ago, he started to stink of a scam.
A scam? What do you mean? I don't understand.
He told me about how he was so close to inheriting his father's business and wealth and assets and everything. He even promised me an amazing condo. He said that it only will be a matter of time, 6 months at the most, but for some reason or another, he just needed to borrow $1 million from me. He told me that he couldn't go to his parents and didn't have the money for him, and that he would need money to avoid paying taxes on his inheritance. But when I asked him about his sick dad, he couldn't even tell me what it was that his dad was sick with. And when I asked him about the condo, he couldn't give me an address either, and he still couldn't give me a good reason for what it was that he needed so much money from me for. I started to get really suspicious, and so I decided to break things off with him.
But you mean, the money that he asked for, the $500,000 to break up with was... But he told me that he was going to be paying me back for all of that and more as soon as he got his dad's money by being free of you! Are you telling me that all of that was just a scam that he was running on me?
You didn't actually give him that much money, did you?
Of course I did! I was about to be rich! The whole reason I texted you in the first place was that I could try and rub it in your face, remember? He told me that if I gave him that money, that it would be enough to settle the lawsuit that you'd file against him.
Well, try asking Jack yourself.
Hey, Haley! He's not picking up my calls. What am I supposed to do? Where do you think he's gone?
He's probably ran far away with all of your money by now.
But that can't be! That wasn't just from my savings. I took out a huge loan to be able to give him all that money. He told me to think of it as a tiny investment for a big payout.
I mean, I guess it was a big payout for him, if you think about it. This is the second time that you've done this. Whatever happened with my old boss, anyways?
Well, his wife didn't want to divorce, and then neither did he. But she did sue us both for the affair, and then I was told to never come around again.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you got the short end of the stick there.
And now you're telling me that I just had money stolen from me again? But what about all the fancy cars that he drove? The clothes, the watch, everything! He looked totally rich!
Yeah, I mean, the more you think about it, the more it was always too good to be true.
But how could he trick me like that? I thought that we really had something. I thought that I'd finally stolen your husband away from you.
You really haven't changed at all, you know that?
But what am I supposed to do? I won't be able to pay a loan that huge. You have lots of savings, right? Lend me some money.
No, this is just ridiculous. You need to stop this and look at what you've done. I haven't stolen anything from you, and I'm not responsible for your sick bullying trip.
But please, you have to help me.
I don't have to do anything. In fact, it sounds like you have much more serious things to be thinking about than coming to beg from me. After that, I blocked Megan on everything. I actually heard at the class reunion where I had seen Megan at that she borrowed money from a lot of different people. Apparently, she didn't pay many of them back, and she slowly lost all of her friends. So, I'm sure that when she had to go to the police and describe what had happened to her, that it was quite the twist of fate for her. I have no idea at all what happened to her, or if she ever got out of her jam. If she did, I only hope it was through getting back at Jack somehow. But it's really none of my business.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.